way, the goals and effervescence of Abereci Eze at Spurs protect his place. And 7 days after his best game in an Arsenal shirt, there was little doubt that Victor Gyökeres would go again. And do note that Kai Havertz is back amongst the subs after 3 more weeks on the treatment table. Now, having, in his own words, set fire to points in recent weeks, Liam Rosenior trusts this team to be more careful with the matches. Robert Sanchez in goal, just 1 clean sheet in his last 10 league games. Behind defence disrupted again by Wesley Fofana's ban. Mamadou Sarr makes his first Premier League start. It's Hato for Gusto at left back. Moises Caicedo was sent off when these two met at the Bridge in November. There's still no Esteval. Cole Palmer was kept back for the last half hour of that semi a month ago. He's unleashed from the start now. In support of João Pedro, 7 goals in his last 9 games. Second keeper Philip Jorgensen is back on the bench. Romeo Lavia also itching to get involved again. Gary Abereci Eze flying out of last weekend.
Yeah, and obviously he's having a bit of a party against Spurs. 5 of his 6 goals this season against his great North London rivals, but he's now in a title running and he's in pole position in that number 10 spot in front of Ødegaard, and he's close to Gyökeres. They were showing signs last weekend of a great partnership, and today's really important. He's up against Caicedo, one of the very best in his position in the league, and for Enzo Fernandez playing in a similar position to Abereci Eze, who's been brilliant for Chelsea. His goals, his influence on the team is there for all to see, and he is the type of player that could disrupt Arsenal today if he's at his best.
So Messrs Arteta and Rosenior exchange niceties for the 3rd time in a month and a half. A dozen games into the tenure of Chelsea's new head coach, and still only Arteta has beaten him.
Well, they've turned them round, and I always think that tends to annoy the home fans and sometimes the home players. I always saw it as being a little bit mischievous.
It's the little things at the margins. Well, a hint of springtime this week, the 1st of March for Arsenal, the last 10 games, and it begins to feel real. Once again, City have gone first. Once again, Arsenal to respond if they can with calm in the heat of a derby. And Raya going long. Anyway, his first touch from Mamadou Sarr, for whom a big call. Perhaps this will be suspended for Fofana. Nadia Shield.
Tactic that Chelsea deployed that night, obviously the execution didn't get right at the end, but to be in the game after 60, 70 minutes and then bring more attacking players on and try and get the goal, but they just forgot the last bit, which is the important bit, unfortunately for them.
Andre Santos. Followed by James. Pedro is wrestling for it. Neto has gone beyond him. Gabriel remained tight and effective.
We've seen Cole Palmer playing on that left-hand side. We've seen him obviously as a number 10. We've seen him here on the right. We very rarely see him on the left.
Yeah, he was one of the 2 sent on for that gear change in the semi-final last month. A gear change that didn't quite happen as it transpired. And of course, he is a natural starter here. Trossard. Again in that position to Gabriel Martinelli. Saka the skipper. And the continuing absence of Martin Ødegaard, whose injury, I'm assured, is not a serious one. He'll be back in the mix very soon. These sides have tossed points away recently from advantageous positions. Arsenal against United and Brentford and Wolves. Chelsea 2 home games which ought really to have gone differently against Leeds and Burnley. Chelsea actually starting the afternoon from outside of the top 5. Not great news for them that Manchester United won. Better that Villa didn't. Context actually, Chelsea-Villa this coming week is a game of great substance. That's another story. Sanchez, picking out Pedro, who has Gabriel at his back. Eze.
Yeah, that was a good battle in the Carabao Cup game. João Pedro against the Arsenal centre-backs. João Pedro did well that night.
Saliba. Trossard kept it from James. Chalobah is actually the only Chelsea defender to have started all 6 games in the Premier League for the new boss. Oh, that's a terrible error by Sanchez, who just about atoned for it. His first touch was anything but neat.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he was doing.
More time, an opportunity for calm, but the Arsenal supporters on his back now. Chalobah. Pedro. There's James. Pedro Neto. Darting away from Nkapie. Cole Palmer with a fly.
Well, he started off on that left-hand side to defend, but just in the last minute, he's just drifted into those pockets. Actually got into a little bit of space, but this is a little bit earlier, and under no pressure whatsoever. Just Gyökeres almost gets a gift. It's a little toe poke touch there, and then after that there's a panic on.
He has had a settling month or so actually, Robert Sanchez, since the first leg of the semi-final, to which we keep referring, when he was deemed at least partly culpable for a couple of goals. Gabriel for Gyökeres. Nkapie. Moved on by Zubimendi. Welcomed in by Timber.
A little change for Chelsea in where their 2 wide players are lining up. Palmer's over on that left-hand side where we thought Neto would play, and Neto is here on the right.
But absolutely nothing is different about Arsenal. As mentioned, this is the back 4 that kept a clean sheet against Chelsea in the second leg of that very particular League Cup semi-final, which was played, the second leg of it, under unique circumstances, and Chelsea approached it in a very certain way.
Yeah, actually approved of the time.
Saka can drive at Hato and set it for Martin Zubimendi, who rather got under his strike.
Yeah, he was leading back and falling away, but that's going to be a key battle over on that far side. Saka against Hato. He gets out there quickly, the Chelsea left-back. He's got support, but all he does is drag a load of Chelsea players over, which leaves Zubimendi in a little bit of space.
He's looking at some running figures for Arsenal this week, and